Hello my loves, today we're going to talk all about Savasana, the benefits and why you should not be skipping Savasana. If you're new here, hello, my name is Hickman. I'm a yoga teacher and movement educator. If you're interested in living your yoga in order to love your life, then consider hitting the like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updates every time that I upload. Alright, let's get into it. So if you don't know what Savasana is, then please check out my other video that I did here, somewhere here. Check that out. So first of all, there are so many physical benefits of Savasana. After all, this is corpse pose and corpses do not move unless you're in a zombie apocalypse. So Savasana helps us create balance in our physical body. After the physical practice of yoga, it gives us that time to kind of unwind, de-stress and relax and bring our heart rates down. It brings us into the parasympathetic state. So the parasympathetic state is the opposite of what we're normally in, which is our sympathetic state, which is where we have higher blood pressure, heightened awareness, anxiety, stress, all of the day-to-day life basically. When we enter the parasympathetic state, all of that changes and goes the other way. We de-stress, the anxiety lowers, the blood pressure lowers. It is the one where you will feel your digestion starting to activate, the tummy starts to gurgle. So when your digestion improves is when you're in the parasympathetic state. So being in this state, it gives us that opportunity to really feel our bodies and bring an awareness into how we're relating to the floor. It's a great time here to do a body scan. If you're unfamiliar with body scans, I have one here somewhere. It's a meditative practice that really helps us connect to our bodies on a deeper level. But noticing the body, how it's laying to the floor, where all the little twitches, tics, tension, stress that we're holding in our muscles, we need to notice these things. And this is why corpse pose is very important. It's also important to be comfortable in Savasana, because if you're not comfortable, then you can't let this go. So if you're not sure how to make Savasana more comfortable, I have a video here somewhere. Check that one out. So Savasana also has really great mental health benefits. It's a pose where you let go physically, mentally and emotionally. And another reason that it's considered the most important pose in yoga is because not only are you letting the body be still, but you're letting the mind be still. Body being still, that's challenging, but you add on the mind and that just takes it to a whole other level. I liken it to insomnia. We've all been there where you get into bed, you have to get up early in the morning and it's the one night that you cannot get to sleep. And all you can say to yourself is just fall asleep. But it just doesn't happen, does it? It happens when it happens. And the same thing applies to Savasana and letting go of this mental chatter. It happens when it happens. And it usually happens around 6 to 8 minutes into Savasana, which is why it should always be at least 8 to 10 minutes to give yourself that little time for this mental chit-chat to subside. In a sense, it's kind of a meditative practice. You're just laying there still, riding the tides of your mind and ready to let it all go. So do not skip Savasana. Take at least 8 to 10 minutes after your yoga practice to take time to be in Savasana. In fact, I would even say perhaps challenge yourself to do 20 minutes of just Savasana. Let that be your yoga practice. Can you do it? Let me know in the comments. So Savasana also gives us an opportunity to dive into our spiritual self. So one thing that I get asked quite often is, I always fall asleep in Savasana. Is that okay? I would say if it's happening occasionally, that's absolutely fine. Perhaps you're just sleep deprived, let's face it, most of us are, and this is the one time that you get to have a little bit of a nap during the day. If it's happening every time in Savasana, then I would look at your sleep pattern and what you can do to improve your sleep. However, the bigger question here is why you feel the need to question that. If you need to sleep, you need to sleep. If you need to rest, you need to rest. Why is there a need for approval? Is it so wrong to fall asleep? And that's where the other question comes in. Typically, the people who struggle or don't want to do Shavasana are the ones who get embarrassed about falling asleep or don't want to be that person that snores during Shavasana. Yes, that happens a lot. So what I'm trying to say is there a negative aspect that you have tied to this self-care? Is there a negative aspect for you for resting and doing nothing? And if so, maybe question where that comes from. So full caveat, I have never skipped Shavasana, but I have definitely fallen asleep multiple times during Shavasana. You are not alone. So being in Shavasana also gives us a chance to contemplate death. No, stay with me here. So we could perhaps think about Shavasana as being the end of your practice. It's where we've done all of the standing work, we've done all of the movement, and Shavasana gives us that opportunity to finalize the end of our yoga practice and maybe begin our spiritual and mental practice. At the end of a Shavasana, you should feel relaxed, restored, and rejuvenated. I always feel a little bit taller. It helps us access our bodies and our minds in different ways. We notice every heartbeat. We notice each breath. We notice each thought. And that might lead us to wonder what happens when the breath and the heartbeat are no longer there. Do the thoughts continue? What happens? It can be a quite contemplative state. So I want to know, are you the kind of person that skips Shavasana? I hope not. How long can you lay still while doing nothing? TV does not count. Computer games do not count. Still doing nothing. And most importantly, do you struggle to relax or let go? I certainly used to. So don't forget to leave me that comment down below, answer the questions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so that you get alerts whenever I upload a new video. And I will see you next time. Bye! So Shavasana has very... That's the rain on my window. So do not... Rain, feel it on my fingertips, hear it on my window pane, your love's coming down like rain. Okay, get back on track. If you're interested in living your the physical benefits of... That's my dog trip-trapping around in the hallway. We've stilled the mind, we've stilled the... No, we still have... When we enter the parasympathetics... That side. No, that side. No, okay, just rambling. Okay. I'm just rumbling.